I take a moment for the recording in progress. I always like wait to hear that before I go, hello, hello. Welcome again to what I'm going to once again call episode 16. I think we're enough back in the drafting phase that I can comfortably call this episode 16 of our 100-day challenge. We are carrying on strong as ever. Um, I think whether we hit 50,000 words. I don't think we'll hit 50,000 words on this specifically after 100 days, in no small part because we cut a lot during the editing process, right? Um, but I don't particularly care about that. Um, just because it's sort of the idea of like doing that work as much as you can, 100 days worth of work. And some days like today, I kind of do 2 days worth of work in one to almost like get on top of it, you know, because I know that there are days that I'm going to be running around, there are days that I'm going to be drowning, and even though I talk about the importance of carving out time, I think it's also important to recognize that sometimes, some days, you really can't do that as much as you might, want to, right? But like, it is what it is. Also, we're going for 14,050 is going to be our word goal. 14,050. I think we can do that. There's like that's such like a canterism. He starts and then stops and then he starts again. It's like I use that like every 5 sentences. That's such a like everything I write, I use that. It's such like a way to capture a certain kind of speech that I think people do all the time where they do that, where they're like, I think, well, actually, sort of the swerve that natural human speech takes, and I want to always capture. There's Man, there's this book, and I know that this he's become a controversial figure, but there's this book by Neil Gaiman, Fortunately the Milk. Um, and there's this one line in the book, I don't remember it perfectly, but I remember the impression of it, where there's this guy who's like calling down out of a hot air balloon, and he starts one sentence, and then halfway through the sentence, like maybe I could look it up at some point and share it with you, but like it's an absolutely fantastic line, regardless of what you think of the author. Like every once in a while, you have to at the very least learn from little things like that. It's a pretty strong example of this, much stronger than what I'm doing. But like, um, it's also the sort of thing you can't get away with unless it's like very precisely placed. And nothing here is precisely placed yet. We're not, I think it's a second or third editing pass where this stuff is going to get really sharp. Even though as I said last time, I'm really happy with where the editing has landed. I've been feeling kind of anxious about the opening vignette, and I'm feeling so much stronger about it. That's always like the best part of editing is when you step away feeling better, in my experience. think I should probably. Do I need to, when it comes to names, do I need to like put the little single quotes around them because they're talking about a word as opposed to using a word? I kind of, whenever I write, I kind of go back and forth. I think in this case, it's going to be helpful to do that. Yeah, because when Robert does it, he's using the word like he's talking about the word. When Marco or Cran does it, he's not doing the same thing. I want to lean forward just for my back feels weird. It's a little bit easier to write like this. No, but now these are double quotes. All right, double quotes, double quotes, like so. I'm enjoying. I think this dialogue is a lot funnier from the other side, actually. I want to take a moment though, and consider something. Because the thing that you kind of had to be there doesn't like. What do I have? Yeah, I like that. Robbie is getting a little more of a voice. I may have to go back and like retroactively teenager him a little more. We'll see. Potential gateway. And this is the part where he says you kind of had to be there. I like that. That seems to work for me. It makes me think also, oh, we just hit our goal too. I want to cover this little gap here just to get the dialogue moving again. But it occurs to me that I want to like have a another vignette where like everyone calls a meeting. I think we need to get everyone together in order to like get like the larger plot moving in the more like snowball kind of sense where all the characters are able to like essentially I want to have the big meeting so that we can have characters stop explaining things to each other, right? And everyone can kind of get on the same page of what it is that here's what we're trying to accomplish, yada yada yada, right? Now, this is a little bit of a head hop. It's a very tiny head hop. I think it's forgivable though. As we're sort of moving, yeah, no, it's a forgivable head hop. It's fine. But I'm gonna cut this off here, and I will see you next time for episode 16 of our 100-day challenge. Thank you for tagging along.